The dust in Colombo has finally settled, and over 290 people are reported dead, with countless others injured, following a series of bombings that wreaked havoc in Sri Lanka on Sunday. Well, in response, Israel has now offered to come to the country's aid in order to help with the relief efforts, and Meir Ben Shabbat, Israel's National Security Council head, spoke to his Sri Lankan counterpart Udaya Seneviratne to convey that message. Though so far, it's unclear what that aid would entail or whether Sri Lanka will even accept it, especially as Sri Lanka's leadership seems to be already on the ball in handling the aftermath. But at any rate, Prime Minister Netanyahu still said in a tweet that Israel is ready to aid the authorities in Sri Lanka at this difficult hour, and that the entire world must unite in the fight against the scourge of terrorism. Then, in another symbolic show of solidarity, Tel Aviv City Hall reflected the colors of the Sri Lankan flag Sunday evening as well. Now, 8 separate attacks ripped through the country on Easter Sunday, most of which took place in hotels and churches. And the attacks came in 2 separate waves, after which authorities imposed a curfew on its citizens in order to contain the violence, though the curfew has since been lifted. And also, at least 35 of the victims were foreign nationals, although it appears that none were Israeli. This is the first major attack in the country, though, since its civil war against the Tamil Tigers 10 years ago. And Israel, by the way, provided arms to Sri Lanka to combat that military group at the time. A day after the horrific attack, though, it's still unclear what group is behind the most recent tragedy. And actually, it appears that most of the explosions were set off by suicide bombers. That being said, some social media reports have surfaced alleging that Islamic extremist Molvi Zahran Hashim was the mastermind behind the attacks, and the extreme Islamist imam is a prolific lecturer for National Tawhid Jamaat, an organization with a radical approach to Islamic philosophy. Again, though, his involvement in this tragedy at this time has yet to be confirmed.